This little grand action goes back to Cardwell tomorrow, and there are many things that we need to do as piano tuner technicians to make the playing experience excellent or really pleasurable. Something that we do is we make sure that the action is working correctly. This is the action. This is a grand piano jig here. I've set this jig to the string height in the piano, and when we do that, we get the measurements, and we can do most of the fine regulation work on the bench. Now, this little Yamaha, the string height was 19.8 centimetres, so I set this jig height to 19.8, and you can see this key that I'm doing at the moment. The key is C6. See, it rises up to that part of the jig which equates to the string and sets off there. I hope you can see that in the picture. Now, that hammer is setting off just a little bit further away from the string than I would like it to. So I'm just going to, there's a little button down here, set off button. And I'm going to turn a little tiny bit, and that's much better. The hammer's now setting off very close to the string. And you see how when the hammer gives that little kick, it's set off right there, how the hammer falls back down. That fall is regulated by this little drop screw here. I don't want to have quite that much drop, so I'm just going to regulate some of that out of it. That's perfect. Just there, see how that hammer, it just briefly falls down. Let's give it a little bit more. Quickly falls down like that. So when the hammer returns and gets ready for another play, you see how it bounces back up to the string like that. And that drop screw regulation there stops the hammer from hitting the string again. Now that hammer is returning up to the drop a little bit quickly for my liking, which means that repetition spring down in here is a little bit tight, so I'm just going to see if I can't loosen that off a little bit. Massage that spring. I think that's much better. Yep, I like that. And the way that we can work out that repetition spring tightness is whether we can feel that when it goes off in the key under our finger. So I know it's all gobbledygook, but what it equates to is all this work that goes on in the action equates to a much better playing experience for the owner of the piano, and that's what we're looking for here. This little Yamaha is 40 years old and it's never worked correctly. So the lady's going to really enjoy this piano when the action goes back and the piano's tuned.